our observers, if there's any, and all the online viewers and listeners of this opening of this private conference. This is scheduled private conference for infrastructure projects for contract ID number 24EF0079 up to 24EF0082. This is based on the invitation to bid dated February 6, 2024. Before I proceed, may I request our Chief of Quality Assurance Section, Engineer Manuel Tabiga, to lead a short prayer.
Sa mga oras na ito sa muling pagsasama-sama ng members sa private conference na gagawin sa ating Panginoon. Nililito namin na kayo po ang muna sa gawain ito, na pagsabuntay ito ng narayon po sa inyong karupan. Panginoon, muli nililito namin ang pagkakasama sa natin ng pagsukulang na nagagawa namin sa isip. Muli, maraming salamat sa biyaya at pagkakala. Muli, pinabalik namin ang kapurihan sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus natin sa kapagligtas. Ang lahat po ay magsabi na Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Tabiga. Now we will proceed to the roll call of attendance by our back secretariat, Engineer Arnel Portales.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our attendance for today's meeting for the pre-bid conference of contract ID number 24EF0079 to 24EF0082 today, February 13, 2024. Sir Ronald Supama, back member.
Present.
Sir Romel Cabanillas, back member.
Present.
Ma'am Maria P. Cayaw, back member.
Present.
Sir Manuel Tabinga, back member. Sir Eugenio Alcaton, back vice chairman.
Present.
Sir Rochelle Hermano, assistant DE, back chairman.
Present.
The back is in quorum. Likewise, ang ating pong back secretariat, Arnel Portales and Pilar Tupas. Our agenda of pre-bid conference today, February 13, 2024, for the contract ID number 24EF0079, concreting of Sitio Malakibay, Barangay Punta, Baja, FMR, in Barangay Punta, Baja, Rizal, Palawan, and 24EF0080, concreting of Sitio Rancho 1, Barangay Punta, Baja, FMR, in Barangay Punta, Baja, Rizal, Palawan, and 24EF0081, concreting of Sitio Sawmill, Sitio Simunong, in Barangay Sowangan, FMR, in Barangay Sowangan, Quezon, Palawan. And lastly, 24EF0082, concreting of Sitio Suring, Barangay Aramaywan, FMR, in Barangay Aramaywan, Quezon, Palawan. Number 1 agenda, we have brief presentation, explanation by back of the following. Letter A, basic contract data, including contract description, ABC, duration. And letter B, requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, drawings, bill of quantities and forms. And letter C, documents to be submitted by the bidders. Under that letter C, we have number 1, technical component envelope. And that under number 1, we have the Class A documents, legal documents, letter B, technical documents, C, financial documents, and letter D, Class B documents. Under that letter C, we have number 2, financial component envelope, and then under that number 2, we have A, financial bid form, letter B, bid prices and the BOQ, letter C, detailed estimate, and D, cash flow by quarter. Under that number 1, we have the letter D, criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post qualification and award. Number 2, questions, comments from bidders and replies of bank and other representatives of procuring entity. And number 3, summary proceedings including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. And number 4, other matters. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Portales. At this point, we now proceed to the pre-bid conference proper. As I've said, we have 4 contract ID mentioned for this pre-bid conference. So, Engineer Supanga will discuss about the basic contract data, and followed by Maria P. Kayao for the requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general condition of contracts, special condition of contracts, specification, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. And for the document to be submitted by the bidders will be discussed by Engineer Cabanillas, and Engineer Tabinga will be discussing the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, primarily examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post qualification, and award. And our Vice Chairman, Engineer Eugene Catun, will have the summary of proceedings, including supplemental and bid bulletins to be issued. Okay, may I give the floor to Engineer Supanga.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sa lahat po ng viewers sa ating online during today's conference, sa lahat ng members of the BAC and to our chairman and vice chairman, good afternoon, everybody. I will be discussing the basic contract data for these 4 projects scheduled for bidding on February 24, 2024. For the first contract, the contract ID 24EF0079, the contract name is Concreting of Sitio Malakibay, Barangay Punta, Baja, FMR. This contract is located at Barangay Punta, Baja, Rizal, Palawan. The brief description for this contract, it is a road upgrading from gravel to concrete pavement. The width is 6.10 meters and the thickness of the Portland cement concrete pavement is 230 millimeter. This contract also includes drainage system and other miscellaneous structures. The approved budget for this contract or the EPC is 14,925,000 pesos. The source of fund for this project is under FY 2024 GAA, Farm to Market Road. The contract duration is 85 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents for this particular project is 10,000 and the pickup license requirement is small b. For the next contract, contract ID 24EF0080, the contract name is Concreting of Sitio Rancho 2, Barangay Punta Baja, FMR. This contract is located at Barangay Punta Baja, Rizal, Palawan. The brief description is it is a construction of road with 5 meters width with 200 millimeters thick Portland cement concrete pavement, including drainage and other miscellaneous structures. So 5 meters po ang width ng ating gagawing kalsada at ang kanyang thickness ay 200 millimeter or 0.2 meters na PCCP. The EBC for this project is 14,925,000 pesos. Source of fund is also funded under FY 2024 GAA Farm to Market Road. The proposed contract duration is 85 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos. And the pickup license requirement is small b. For the next contract, the contract ID 24EF0081. The contract name is Concreting of Sitio, Sawmill, Sitio, Simunong, Barangay Sowangan, FMR. This project is located at Barangay Sowangan, Quezon, Palawan. The brief description for this project, it is a construction of 5 meters width, 200 millimeter thick Portland cement concrete pavement, including grouted riprap and other miscellaneous structures. The ABC for this project is 14,925,000 pesos. This contract is also funded under FY 2024 GAA Farm to Market Road projects. The contract duration is 85 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents for this contract is 10,000 pesos and the pickup license requirement is small b. For the last contract, the contract ID 24EF0082. The contract name is Concreting of Sitio, Surin, Barangay Aramaywan, FMR. The contract location is at Barangay Aramaywan, Quezon, Palawan. The brief description for this project, it is a construction of road 200 millimeter thick or 0.2 meters. Kanyang width ay 5 meters. This project also includes construction of 3-barrel reinforced concrete box culvert. The dimension is 3 meters by 3 meters by 10 meters. Other miscellaneous structures and slope protection structures. The ABC for this project is 14,925,000. This project is also funded under FY 2024 GAA Farm to Market Road with a contract duration of 85 calendar days. Ang cost of bidding documents ay 10,000 pesos. And the pickup license requirement is small b. So, kung meron pa po kayong other clarification, may mga gusto kayong i-clarify, you may contact our back chairperson, Adi Rosel Tihabano, ang ating head ng back secretariat, Nancy Portales, or you can email us at back_DPWH@yahoo.com, or pwede po kayong mag-monitor sa aming DPWH website o sa PhilJets kung merong mga bid bulletin na i-issue. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My topics is about the requirements of bidding documents, which include the instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, drawing, bill of quantities, and forms. For the instruction to bidders, the bidders must submit their technical and financial components sealed envelope into one big envelope. All interested bidders may acquire a complete set of bidding documents at Procurement Unit Office, Back Building, DPWH Palawan, 2nd DEO, Nara, Palawan, upon payment of applicable fee for bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the DPPB in the amount stated by Engineer Ronald Sutana on the basic contract data, or it may also be downloaded free of charge from DPWH website www.dpwh.gov.ph and from Philippine Government Electronic System, Procurement System, or PhilJEP's website www.philjeps.gov.ph, provided that the bidders shall pay the applicable fee for the bidding document. Submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for preparation and submission of electronic bid are obtained in the bidding documents. Bids must be received by the back secretariat at the DPWH building, 2nd floor, back room, Nara, Palawan, for manual submission, or at electronic bids, Palawan 2 at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission. All bids must be accompanied by bid security in any of the acceptable forms in the amount stated in IPB Clause 16. For bid submission, the contractor's representative shall submit the copy of contractor's registration certificate or CRC, special power of attorney or SPA, together with government issued ID. Bid opening shall be on February 27, 2024, 10 a.m. at DPWH building, 2nd floor, back room, Nara, Palawan. Bid will be opened in the presence of the bidder's representative who choose to attend the activity. Late bids shall not be accepted. For the general conditions of the contract, or the GCC, the purpose is to provide standard terms and provisions of the contract applicable in all contracts in general, without detailed information and data specific to the contract at hand. The GCC defines the contractual requirements and obligations of both the procuring entity and the contractor at hand. For the obligation of the procuring entity, will provide you with the plans, inspections, and tests. For the contractor's obligation, you have to carry out the works per contract in accordance with the plans and specifications within contract duration. The contractor shall employ the paid personnel indicating their designation in accordance with IPB Clause 10.3 and specified in the BDS to carry out the supervision of works. The procuring entity will approve any proposed replacement of paid personnel only if the relevant qualifications and abilities are equal to or better than those of the personnel listed in the schedule. And the last is the posting of your performance security. This shall guarantee the contractor's performance of its contract obligations after the certificate of acceptance after the defects liability period and upon submission of the required warranty security, if acceptable. The performance security shall also guarantee the equipment of in advance payment. It must be posted in favor of the procuring entity and shall be forfeited in the latter's favor if it is established that the winning bidder is in default in any of its obligations under the contract. The GCC shall remain unchanged. Dito na magbago kaya meron tayo po special conditions of the contract, or the SCC. The purpose is to provide contract specification information in relation to the corresponding clauses in the general conditions of the contract. The SCC shall specify contractual requirements linked to the special circumstances of the procuring entity and works procured. Some contents of the SCC are the intended completion date, the required description of works, and type of structures and warranty period, the amount and schedule of advance payment. The contractors to pay personnel or the equipment requirements are stated in the bid data sheets. For the specifications, the specifications shall reflect necessary minimum requirements. It should promote the broadest possible competition while assuring structural integrity and performance of the infrastructure. For DPWH contracts, DPWH standard specifications for public works and highways are the Blue Book. It shall be the basic standards to be met by the materials and works to be performed. Since yung ating project ay roads, meron tayo po Volume 2 for highways and bridges. Standard pay items in the PCA issues. Modifications in the DPWH standard specification shall be the special provisions of the contract at hand. For the drawings, ito po yung ating plano. Revise with the type and nature of contract and the works involved. It represents in accordance with accepted national and international standards and practices for infrastructure contracts based on detailed engineering. This form part of design outputs. It consists of layouts, plans, profiles, elevations, sections, citation, and perspective in sufficient detail and scale, complemented by specs to enable the bidder or the contractor to gain clear, accurate presentation of required works. For the bill of quantities or the BOQ, the purpose is to provide sufficient information on the quantities of works to be performed under contract at hand to enable the bidder to prepare bids efficiently and accurately. Yung BOQ po natin ay may 6 columns. Columns 1 to 4 is to be filled up by the procuring entity, and columns 5 to 6 to be filled up by the bidder. The bidder shall not change the entries under our pay item, which is in column 1, description in column 2, unit in column 3, and quantity in column 4, which are set by the procuring entity for each item in the BOQ. The bidder shall indicate its unit bid price in words and figures in column 5, and its total bid price in column 6. Kailangan po magkatugma ang inyong words and figures. The TWG will check your submitted BOQ from posted BOQ. Any discrepancy in your submitted BOQ is modification of bidding documents and it is patently insufficient. For the forms, lahat ng ating forms ay standard and updated at lahat ng ating requirements sa bidding documents ay nakapost sa PhilJeps and DPWH website na pwede niyo po i-download for free. These are all the requirements of bidding documents. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman of the bid conference. Adi Coachin Hermano, co-members of bidders. Documents to be submitted by the bidders. Required bid security, 2 acceptable forms. Number 1, bid securing declaration is provided and guidelines the use of bid securing declaration, section 27.5 of the revised IRR of RA 9184 is hereto attached in section 6 bidding forms. Or number 2, any form of bid security in an amount not less than the required percentage of the EPC and accordance with the following schedule. For bid security, A. Cash or cashier manager check issued by a universal or commercial bank. B. Bond of that guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. C. Surety bond payable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified with insurance commission and authorized to issue such security. Validity period is 120 calendar days from opening of bid. Amount of the bid security is not less than the required percentage of the EBC. Are the following 2% and 5%. Eligibility requirements under Section 23.1 of the revised IRR of RE 9184, electronic evaluation class A documents, are the following is eligible and ineligible. Number 1, required bid security declaration, any form bid security stated above. ABC or C. Number 2, if applicable, especially pickup license for joint venture agreement in duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into abide by the provision of joint venture agreement and the instant that the bid is successful shall be included in the bid. Number 3, project requirements which shall include the following. Number 1, organization charge to the contract DPWH INFR-13. List of contractors key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data DPWH INFR-14. Number 3, list of contractor medium construction equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certification of availability on lease in or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership. i.e. LTO official receipt or certificate of registration, cash sales invoice, contract of lease agreement, purchase agreements, and accompanied by certification of availability of equipment executed by the owner, leaser, vendor, and made under oath. DPWH INFR-15. Number 4, list of contractors, minimum materials testing equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certification of availability on lease supported by the proof of ownership. Cash sales, invoice, official receipt, contract of lease agreement, and accompanied by certification of availability of equipment executed by the owner, leaser, and made under oath. DPWH INFR-15. Number 4, omnibus sworn statement as required by IRR of RE 9184, Section 25.2B or DPWH INR-16. Number 5, contractor safety and health program DPWH INR-49. Note, contents of which must be able numbered paginated consecutively in the right of hand cut, margin, and signed below page number by the duly authorized representative. Number 2, any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the above mentioned checklist is ground for or tried rejection not complying. Financial envelope are the following. Number 1, financial bid form DPWH INMFR-09. Number 2, bid prices in the bill of quantities BOQ DPWH INFR-17. Number 3, summary of bid prices DPWH INFR-18. Number 4, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit price of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals using and coming up with a bid And number 5, cash flow by the quarter DPWH I in IFAM 19. Thank you po.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, to DPWH and Secretariat members, and to our online viewers. We are live streaming in our Facebook page. These are the criteria and procedures for examination and evaluation of bid proposal. We have 4 criteria and procedures. 1, eligibility check. Number 2, preliminary examination of bids. Number 3, detailed evaluation of bids. Number 4, post-qualification and the award. 1, eligibility check. This is a simultaneous processing of electronic eligibility and manual checking of submitted legal, technical, and financial documents. Letter A, manual checking of eligibility is a non-discretionary pass, fail, or present and absence of required documents. Any missing or expired documents means ineligible. The Bids and Awards Committee will check manually the submitted legal and financial documents such as Brgy's Certificate of Registration, DTI or CA registration, mayor's and business permit, and tax clearance certificate, per Executive Order Number 398, Series of 2005. The financial documents such as audited financial statement and computation of financial contracting capacity, NFCC. The purchase decision should be valid and platinum membership, complete in 3 pages, and all documents must be updated. Missing or expired document means failed or ineligible in manual eligibility. Letter B, electronic checking of eligibility. The authorized administrator user will process the electronic eligibility of the bidders using the system provided for CWA, Civil Works and Application. This is a database of contractors, legal, financial and technical information. All bona fide contractors who will do business with the department are encouraged to enroll to the registry. The bank will receive a copy of electronic eligibility showing result of pass or fail in the legal, financial, and technical aspects. Failed results in aspect means ineligible and electronic eligibility. Number 2, preliminary examination of bids. Letter A, first envelope, technical documents. The bank shall open the first envelope to determine the bidder's compliance for eligibility. Technical and financial documents required as prescribed in IRR 9184 against the checklist to ascertain that they are present using the non-discretionary criterion as stated in the instruction to bidders. If a bidder submitted the required documents, it shall be rated pass for that particular requirement. Bids that fail to include any document requirement or are incomplete or patently insufficient shall be rated as failed. Any missing documents means failed or automatically disqualified. Statement of the prospective bidder of all ongoing government and private contract, including awarded contract but not yet started, should be declared and filled up in a prescribed format. Certification of compliance of laboratory equipment issued by the head of technical working groups must be present. In case of new contractors, proof of ownership parties must be attached. Laboratory equipment must be must be company owned, neither rented or leased. The omnibus sworn statement must be complete in 10 statements. Failure to comply with the requirements shall also result the outright disqualification of your bid proposal. It will be second below financial requirements. Seen as the person below non-discretionary pass field criteria or present announcement of government. In the missing documents means field, if present means pass. After determining compliance with the person below and lifted pass, the box shall not be the second envelope. For bidders, whose person envelopes were lifted filled, the second envelope will not be opened. It will be returned to the bidder or the authorized representative unopened. In case of any requirement mentioned in conflict or insufficient or sufficient total price, if is the efficiency of the appropriate or changing of the prices on the basis that or bid requirements of both companies shall be passed. The above evidence opening and preliminary stage. The 3. Detailed revision bids. The DPWH Detailed revision of bid that was open, read and bid pass. The purpose is to determine the lowest calculated bid, LCB. 1. To establish the correct calculated price is the bids. Ranking calculated bid from lowest to highest. Criteria: completeness of bid will be checked. All balance bid must be properly built up. Procedure: checking all requirements items in bid documents. Which involves the following: 1. Unit price of post item. Your broker 556. Placing no price considered as non-responsive, while justifying as DEO or means it is offered would the free and expensive. Minor technical correction is of discrepancies between bid price versus bid price warrants. Bid price warrants will begin. Total price per item versus unit price per item quantity. Unit price per item quantity will begin. Stated total prices versus total sum prices for document items. Total sum prices of document items will begin. Unit cost of item specific versus unit cost of DPWH. Unit cost in the DPWH will begin. Number 4, post-qualification of the technical workflow. So to determine the bidder will always calculate the bid. LCC complies with the unsubstantial requirements condition of eligibility and the bidding of the contract. So to declare the lowest calculated responsive bid, LCC. Determine the application and condition of the bidder's competence and experience, including the single largest completed contract, is LCC, similar to the contract being procured. The verification of the competence and experience of the bidders, key personnel to satisfy the contract, as against the requirements under the bid discussion. If the proposed specialized employee, the bidder moving another project, the same type bidding, the bidder shall submit all such certifications that 1. The submitted will follow around project. 1. Bidder is awarded the contract. Issues with the basis in another section with the follow of bidder qualification as certified by the implementing office. There's one for the department of the series of 2011. The proposed key personal replacement must be named in the bidding documents. Let us say, verification of availability and amendment, and our restriction for the required capacity, and recommendation future equipment minutes to be owned, leased, and undertaken by the bidder or the user of the contract under the bidding. It will take technical working group with contract verification to all government and private offices related the performance of bidder of each all going award project the lowest quality. If any process show one, a report to the justification versus 15% in the section of the and the report from the justification 10% in total of contract. Failure of the contract means report going contract within 7 days to complete in 30 days after receiving the current day, not anticipated and BCC. Failure of the contractor performance is on contract B being certificated of 50 days and the completion in 90 days after receiving of the period decision, not dated and failure. The types are standard, quality of special contract and specification. The safety and satisfactory performance of the contractor's decision, special contract, terms and conditions at the time of decision. Number 7, liquidated damages are in costs and the contract. The resources of the contractor for system is also considered by the concerns of Baja, meaning the responsibilities of the contractor before an award the contract and activities stated by Item 5.6E of the 2016 Baja of Baja. If the contract defines the bidder is the lowest calculated bid, higher rated processes of the criteria for post-qualification, such as year series, as lowest calculated processing, etc. Number 5, optional bidding recommend the procurement entity. The awarding of contract bidders is the lowest calculated responsibility. The home shall approve the minimization of the Baja bidding period not exceeding 7 days, 7 calendar days from the determination and declaration by Baja of the SRB. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, all Baja members, Baja members, and the prospective bidders or their representatives present at Baja and watching YouTube, the social media platform. For the summary this evening, the Baja chairman will be engaging work with DPWH members to conduct the bidding of municipal activities. The first activity is the preliminary examination of the technical component, followed by eligibility checking, data generated from civil works application, CWA. Then the next activity is the preliminary examination of financial component, and finally the announcement of the results by reading the abstract of bids. Engineer Portales, do we have supplemental bid bulletins issued?
As of this date, wala pa tayong bid bulletin. Subalit kung magkakaroon, i-focus natin yan sa PhilJEPS and DPWH website para monitor ang ating mga bidders.
We noted. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any question from our contractors representative? Maybe?
Kasi nga, sir, paano na po yung sa project manager, okay lang po kahit hindi engineer.
Okay naman yun, project manager yun. Kahit hindi engineer. Pero pag project engineer na naman doon.
Kasi nakalagay dito, sir, nakalagay na said engineer shall enter the best care. Kasi project manager po na dito kasi letter of nominee for project manager. So, nag-ano kami, kaya confirm namin ngayon, sir, kung engineer ba dapat ako.
Okay lang yung project manager kahit hindi engineer.
Yung sa...
Isasama ko po ba yung katulad sa laging format po? Yung isasama pa yung leader service center po sa LPG?
Ano yun? Ano yun?
Yung dating ano kasi, sir, ay ano kasi doon yung corporate secretary or amo as leaders representative. Yung dito po sa pinipirmahan ko ng ano, hindi din siya,
Hindi na po.
isasama ka po ba or ito na siya, paribago?
Pakialam mo, ano yung
Yung
pinagawa?
nakalagay po, diba yung pinipirmahan niya?
Ito yung bago natin ng NTV.
Ito ba yung bagong bilhin sa inyo?
Ano po, yan po, tinanggol po namin sa ano.
Ito na yung bagong, yung sa meeting documents.
Ano ba yung nakalagay doon na sinasabi niya?
Ito kasi siya, sir.
Oo.
Bagong
Oh,
Tapos,
project manager. Ngayon,
ngayon sasama pa ba yung ano sa corporate?
ano ba yung ano nyo, anong tawag doon? Ano ba siya? Yung corporation. Oh. Siguro pag,
Ano ba yung nakalagay doon sa ano nyo? Sa organizational chart?
Ano lang po, may amo kasi.
Hindi, si Ami yung mag-ano doon.
Okay lang po.
Oo.
May nalagay namin
Oo.
sa ano.
Kaya yung nasa taas. Oo. Amo. Kung mayroon kayong project manager, doon siya sa baba sa amo.
Okay.
O kasi
Ito yung amo.
yung project manager naman, pwede marami yan. Pero isa lang yung amo niya, hindi pwede maraming amo yung ano niya.
So, yun ang pinakataas.
Pinakataas yung amo, tapos project manager baba. Pagbaba naman project engineer. Ganun yun. Kung anong nakalagay doon sa ano nyo, anong nakalagay sa organizational chart ko, yun ang ano nyo lang, papel. Kung sino nakalagay sa organizational chart, yun ang gagawa nyo ng papel dito sa yung mga yung mga certification ng mga employee, no? Yung sino nakalagay doon? Diba?
Pero ito na yung susundin namin, sir, yung bagong ano.
Yes. Kung ano yung ano doon, yan ang ano.
Pwede siyang palitan ko niya rito, yung sa project manager, tapos yung sa project engineer, ano pa yun sa yung
Yung dati kasi na ano, na organizational chart, pwede pa rin yun. Kasi pwede naman, mayroon naman mga contractor na wala project manager, din so kaagad project engineer. Diba?
okay lang din ako.
Oo, okay lang yung dating ano nyo.
Yung dating organization.
Organizational chart, oo, okay lang yun.
Tapos pati yung key personnel niya, sir.
Oo, ganun pa rin.
Pero yung form niya ganito, bago. Or pwede din namin...
Proforma ba yan?
Oh?
Proforma ba yan?
Yes sir,
Proforma?
yes sir, yun yung inano natin doon sa ating
Oo,
meeting
di yun na.
documents.
Ang ano.
Ito na yung-
Oo, yan na. Oo, kasi proforma yan na sa ano eh.
Kasi hindi ganito, sir, yung form.
Oo nga, nagbago yung ano.
Okay. Ayun na.
Anyway, if this is still some clarification,
Tanong
kahit
na-
naman tapos na ang preview na to, you
Pwede
can
namin
ask us.
mag-question
Oo.
kay Sir Arnie.
Oo.
Sige. Thank you.
Okay? Is there any question from our online viewers? Mark, kindly check.
no viewers and no viewers.
There is no question. So
Okay,
if
sir.
there is no question from our contractors, how about our back members? If none, what is the pleasure of the body?
Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
The body moved to adjourn and seconded. So I now declare now this the bid conference be adjourned. Thank you and good afternoon to all.